Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Central PA Live. Of course, today is Wednesday, September 11th. I'm John Clay.
And I'm Rebecca Padner.
Well, certainly a solemn day today, Rebecca, and here at WTAJ we've got a lot of coverage of course, the 18th anniversary of the attack on this country, those terrorist attacks, and also all the coverage going on in Somerset. Of course, planes 18 years ago hijacked and crashed into the trade towers in New York City and the Pentagon, one bound for the White House, but 33 brave passengers and crew overpowered the hijackers. Unfortunately, the plane crashed in a field in Somerset County, not far from here, killing everyone on board. Well, today, Vice President Mike Pence, as you see here, was in Somerset County asking all Americans to remember the sacrifices that so many people made September 11, 2001, and in the many weeks and months afterwards. And President Trump was at the Pentagon with the same request.
Today and every day we pledge to honor our history, to treasure our liberty, to uplift our communities, to live up to our values, to prove worthy of our heroes, and above all, stronger than ever, to never, ever forget.
Wow. When you hear that, it just gives you chills. It makes you kind of remember the first moments after the planes crashed. So I was actually in 8th grade. I was just asking, how old was I? I was 13.
Yeah.
And I remember they tried to actually keep it kind of quiet, which was weird.
Well,
I think people didn't know how to handle the situation.
And people weren't sure exactly what had happened for quite some time.
Yeah.
I was in the State College offices for WTAJ. We were kind of trying to figure out what was going to happen for the day, as we always do, and then I remember seeing the planes go into the trade towers, and then knowing that changed, of course, our lives and our coverage. We began to just sit on that coverage. I stayed in the Center County area covering the airport issues there, and of course our crews in Somerset County there covering that. But it is very interesting. Every day you do remember where you were, and of course so many folks weren't even born at that time. And you wonder about how that's being covered in the schools, and we've been covering that here on the station.
Yeah, so actually we did put up on our Facebook page, this is the post. We asked our community to share how 9/11 impacted them. And here's what some people had to say. Renee Homer said, quote, "We will never forget, ever." Betty Ritz says, "I was at work in Silver Spring, Maryland. Several of us had the TV out in the hall. We were so awestruck to see what was happening in New York, the Pentagon, and the fields of Pennsylvania. I will not forget that day." And Debbie Little says, "I don't think you ever forget. It makes me more conscious of how those who serve in combat must feel daily." Wow, those are just, it's so true. And it is, I'm so glad we do these memorial services because it is even that one day of the year that we take the time to really remember and honor the people.
Absolutely. There's always
really
new stories coming out. And we want to ask you to continue to send your thoughts to us on our Facebook pages, and we'll continue. We've got full coverage of the day's events starting on WTAJ News at 5.